I've always associated my Mac with productivity and work, so I have been extremely curious about what it's going to be like gaming on one of these things. I'm going to play the new Resident Evil 4 on the 14-inch M3 MacBook Pro, as well as the 16-inch M3 Max MacBook Pro. This game is actually releasing this 20th of December on Mac, iPad, and iPhone. I'm gonna be playing it on the iPhone 15 Pro Max as well in a separate video, because of course we're curious about how well the A17 Pro chip can handle such a demanding game. But for some context about the game, this is the 2023 remake of Resident Evil 4. It's not just a re-release of the same game from 2005. It's a full redevelopment of what is essentially only the same story from the ground up. It's tremendously more advanced graphics, the gameplay's been redesigned, the voice acting redone, and honestly, I'm not too sure what to expect in terms of performance because it's quite a heavy game to handle. I'm gonna start by saying I've got low expectations for this machine here because this is the base M3 MacBook Pro. I'm expecting a bit of stuttering maybe. I'd love to be proven wrong about that, but I'm quite confident about the M3 Max, which we'll switch to later on. And let's jump right into some gameplay and I'll talk you through it from there. Alright, and we are just through the opening cutscene and we are going to actual gameplay. Here we go. See what's taking so long. So apparently someone went for a piss in the woods and I'm supposed to check on them. Right before I forget, we are playing at full HD resolution with a target frame rate of 30 FPS. And to see how it's running, I've got a HUD here in the top right corner of my screen. This is my first time playing Resident Evil 4. Like, I've never tried it on any other platform. And I have installed it on this Mac, but I haven't really gotten past the title screen. So that main way was blocked, so let's walk around here. So far so good. We are maintaining a pretty steady 30 FPS. I can press my left stick to run. I'm playing this on a PlayStation 5 controller, by the way. You can definitely play it on a mouse and a keyboard, but this controller is compatible with Apple devices and the haptics are coming through, so that's really good. In macOS Sonoma, there's also a game mode, which not only gives priority to the game in terms of CPU and GPU resources, but let me just pause for a really quick moment. And you can see there's game mode. It also doubles the sampling rate of Bluetooth devices. So that means your AirPods, your audio, as well as your controller should be more responsive and there's less delay. Right now, I'm having the audio run through a Bluetooth system as well, so I can capture it without it going into my microphone, and it's all going very well. So let's move on forward. Hello, house. That looks like a bad idea, but...
Anyone home?
Don't think so. But the frame rate of a game that I'm monitoring in the top right corner of the screen here very directly translates into the sort of experience you would get when playing a game. For me, I have basically three categorizations of how playable a game is. There's unplayable, that's not my friend by the way. There's unplayable because it stutters too much. There's playable, and there's playable with great graphics. So I'm gonna do a bit more of this game before I settle on what sort of experience it is. This is all on battery, by the way. When you're doing work on it, you rarely hear the fans kick in, if ever. Let's see if some gaming would cause the fans to spool up. Ooh boy. This guy has no chill. That escalated quickly. There's the key. If I can just remember which way I came from because I was talking this whole time.
Man, that stinks.
That doesn't look appetizing. By the way, you probably can't see it because I'm likely producing this video in SDR, but it's a HDR gaming experience on the M3 MacBook Pro. Mini LED display and the specular highlights really come through. So the person I was looking for is quite dead. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's bad. He is not dead. Going for a headshot. I only had 10 bullets? Wait, that's bad. Shouldn't have emptied my clip on that guy. Let's get out of here. Of course the door is blocked. And now I'm down to 2 bullets. From that bit of combat back there, it's certainly very playable, and it's borderlining on great graphics for me. Whoa. Oh, that's a lot of people. Okay, I'm kind of glad I don't have to fight them. No, what are you standing there for? Go! This is a very dense forest. And we are not dropping frames. I don't think it ever dipped below 29 point something something. I can save my progress at any typewriter, which is probably a very good cue for me to switch over to the M3 Max and see how that does. All right, and we are now hooked up to the M3 Max MacBook Pro. We are running on higher settings. We're playing on the prioritized graphics preset. Let's set the target frame rate to 60. We're playing at a slightly higher screen resolution this time. And this system here has 48 gigabytes of unified memory. And we can see here that the graphics memory, the VRAM we have access to, the game has access to, is 34 gigabytes, which is already 10 gigabytes more than a RTX 4090. And don't forget, MacBook Pros with the M3 Max chip can have up to 128 gigabytes of unified memory, so just putting that out there. Now, I was going to continue from where I left off, but I think because this is a pre-release build of the game, I'm not able to synchronize my saves between devices, so I'll just have to play through. Here we go, very familiar forest. I wanted to enter this room because this light is an HDR, like, it's shining very brightly through my screen. I'm interrupting the video to say the screen recording, which was captured over HDMI, is not accurately showing how fluid the 60 FPS frame rate was. By pointing a camera at the screen, this is a much more accurate representation of what I was actually looking at while filming this playthrough. The haptics are creaking along with the door. Well, hello there. That is a beautiful looking fireplace in HDR. In case you haven't figured, I really like HDR. Let's use the key. And I believe this is a bit where we've got some combat coming up. If anything, they've been very successful at creating suspense. I noticed the flashlight texture, like the volumetric beam coming out of the flashlight, looks much nicer on the M3 Max. Let's see if I use less bullets this time around. Bam! Nope, he still got me. R2. You're quite a tanker.
This just keeps
All right. It was very playable already back on the M3 14-inch MacBook, but here on the M3 Max, it's just very, very fluid. I'd say definitely almost console-like performance. He just went in there. Let me... Hello? Oh, sorry. That doesn't kill you. And we're back out here in the dense forest. Wow! No stuttering at all. Because this looks like a very tough scene to load in. And we're at a steady 60 frames per second. We've got more than enough graphics memory at this point. So I'm gonna keep playing for a while. So hopefully we see some new scenes. I hear someone. Oh boy. Oh, that hurt a lot. I mean, yep. Wait, there's another guy. I am outnumbered. That's bad. That's really bad. That's a very slow reload. Okay. Oh, I can finish him off with a melee. Let's see. I have a first aid spray. Is that single use? It is. I'm gonna miss that. Oh my gosh, I'm terrible at this. I later discovered I suck a little less at the game when using a mouse and a keyboard. Also interesting was how direct the gaming performance scales as we go from an M3 to an even more powerful M3 Max chip. The game looks good on the 14-inch M3, but it looks amazing on the 16-inch M3 Max. My low expectations going in for the base M3 chip is not because the M3 chip is not a particularly capable chip or whatever, it's an amazing chip. It's just, when you're running a game like Resident Evil 4, we know exactly how demanding it is in terms of hardware, and I just wasn't sure if a base M3 chip is up to the task. But let's just say I probably underestimated just how powerful a base M3 chip could be. And it did genuinely surprise me how well this was able to maintain that super stable 30 frame per second target frame rate. I was actually surprised how the fans did not kick in after about half an hour or so of continuous gaming on each of these MacBooks. And as a complete bonus that caught me by surprise is the HDR gaming experience. If you are on the 14 or 16-inch MacBook Pros, they have that amazing mini LED display, and when you play a title like this, which is available in HDR, it just sings. That's what it's like to play a rather stellar game like Resident Evil 4 on the new M3 MacBook Pros. I'll be playing this on the iPhone 15 Pro Max as well. If you're interested in seeing how that goes, I'll see you over in that video.